Passek, FlyFish Fanatic, and welcome to my tying bench. Today we're going to tie one that I know is going to get some reactions, just because it's because of what I am tying, and I'm going to call this the Blasphemer because I know it's blasphemous to some of those hardcore traditional fly angler, dry fly guys, da da da. So, but it's an effective pattern. So I'm one of those kind of guys that if it catches fish, I use it. So and within legal terms. So here we go. So we are going to start on. Where's my hooks? We're going to start off with an FW562 Ahrex, size 8. It's a 1/8 bead. Chartreuse, tungsten if you've got it. This is not tungsten, but if you've got it, use tungsten. For the tail, good old squirmy wormy. Happens to be Hens squirmy wormy in chartreuse. Then for the body, I'm going to be using with thread. I'm going to be using some chartreuse nano classic waxed. Then for the body, I'm going to be using some Semperfli micro straggle in the chartreuse. And then for the collar, I'm going to use some Hens CDC in a kind of a yellow chartreuse. So, like I said, Blasphemous because it's squirmy, Blasphemous because it's synthetic materials, and even more Blasphemous because I'm using a dry fly product on a wet fly. So here we go. Like I said, it works, and I tie these in several different versions. I'll put some underbody lead on some of them as well, and I'll mark those with a little black dot on the bead, just so I know which ones have additional weight, because it depends on the water I'm fishing, right? So that's here. I want this about at 1.5 times to 2 times the length of the body. So 2 times the length of the body, sticking past. So that'll be there. So I'm going to cut it right about there. I can actually like doing it, if anything, a little bit longer, because I can always cut it right before, when I'm done here tying. So I'm just going to tie that in, and then with squirmy, what I found is stretch it a lot, and you see how I'm stretching it off to the side. As I go around, it'll actually pull it up on top, right? So that way it stays fairly consistent, right? And I'm giving it a good stretch. Now that I'm just showing you that way, I'll put it back so it's actually comfortable for me to tie, because that's very important. Okay. And I'm not using nano silk because nano silks GSPs have a tendency of, if you're not very careful, have a tendency of cutting squirmy wormy material. So as with any product, there is good and bad on every product, right? So that is a little on the long side. So I want it, like I said, about 2 times. So there's 1 time, 2 times the body length, about there. Okay. Now it's going to sit weird until I get back here and make sure it's tied down the way I want it. Squirmy's not the funnest material to work with, but sometimes it really is the key. So now I'm going to go back to the front. I'm going to tie in my straggle. So this is the micro straggle legs. Now, if you want it really buggy and really straggly, just use the longer ones. So now I'm going to go once, twice, back to back to back, 3 times right at the back. And then I'm just going to open this up. And I'm going to basically palmer this forward. And then right at the front, 1, 2, 3 wraps. So now I've caught fish, many fish, on it just like this. Nothing else. But adding that little bit of material, I've already got it in my dubbing loop, in my material hold, the material clip. So I'm just going to make a dubbing loop. Now I could do this with a just split thread as well, but dubbing loop. So stick my dubbing spinner into my loop. And like I said, I already got, that's two feathers worth. I'm just gonna go close as I can to the top there. That's in CDC, nice and tight here. Give it a spin. Really give it a spin. And right at the front here, I will just add this nice bushy CDC collar. Stroking back every time I come around. This will attract those fish when they're not hungry, when they're not happy. This will just tick them right off. It'll get them extremely mad. I've done well with this pattern in the rivers and in the lakes. It's one of those really versatile patterns. I think I've done slightly better with them in the rivers, but like I said, it's not one to scoff at the lakes either. So just give it a couple of sets of whip finish, nice and tight. Like I said, I'll go around and add some Sally Hansen's after, like I always do. Just brush that out a bit, make sure none of them stuck. And guess what? She's finished. Now, let's see if I should turn this way down so it doesn't glare so much in the. Actually, maybe if I can turn it right off there, I can see it a little bit better. So all that um, oh geez, UV material. It's all of it. Everything that I've used is UV. The thread, the squirmy, the straggle, and the CDC. It's all UV, so it's got a lot of pop to it. So that's why it's shining like crazy here. Let's see if I should turn that one off too. I doubt that'll make a difference, but let's just see. Whoa, too dark. Let's see if I'll turn that one back on. Yeah, so it's like it instantly picks up all that light, right? So it gets super bright. But yeah, so that's the finished pattern. Like I said, you could put, instead of the squirmy, if you want, you could put marabou tail. Um, I like the squirmy because of the way it moves in the water. It gives it that warm look. I tied the same one in a pinky red as well, identical, with all the materials are pinky red. And yeah, that's it. Like I said, kind of blasphemous, but it is what it is. It catches fish. So I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I hope that'll get some conversation started on Facebook and on YouTube, because that's the whole thing behind this, right? I do tie another one, just to show you quickly, but this was totally different. But this one, basically, instead of using um, the straggle legs, I use CDC all the way through, and I use it all the way through it, and it makes it really buggy and bushy and ugly. Probably call that one the ugly bug, but yeah, it's definitely not as nice looking. And I found I've had more success with this one, especially this one in the lakes works better than this one in the lakes, but this one in the river works really, really well too. So yeah. All right. Hope you guys enjoy that. Bye, lads.